Shakespeare's Sonnet 116 is one of the most celebrated love poems ever written. Have you ever wondered what makes it so powerful and rhythmic? The secret lies in its structure. In today's video, we are going to explore the sonnet's form and structure. We will also try to discover the differences between the Shakespearean model, in which our Sonnet 116 is written, and the Petrarchan model, another iconic style of writing poetry. So, let's dive in. Now, our exploration today begins with this simple question: what is a sonnet? Now, a sonnet is a lyric poem of 14 lines. In the Petrarchan model, we see that the 14 lines are divided into two parts. What are these two parts? The first part is of 8 lines, known as the octave. The next part is of 6 lines, known as the sistate. Now, these two divisions are made based on the rhyme scheme and also based on the content or subject matter of the poem. Now, in Petrarchan sonnets, we often find that the subject matter is the pain and longing of a male lover. The first part of the poem, that is the octave, the first 8 lines, they present a problem, and in the last 6 lines we see a shift of thought, which is also known as volta. Petrarch was an Italian poet who wrote poems during the Middle Ages, during 14th century. And in 16th century England, we see that some of the sonnetiers or English poets, they started writing sonnets following the format given by Petrarch. They would follow the rhyme scheme as well as the structure that was laid down by Petrarch. Now, Petrarch was an Italian poet. When his style was adopted in English, the sonnetiers, the poets, they faced certain difficulties. The major difficulty was English language did not have as many rhyming words as Italian. So, in order to make the poem more readable, make the poem rhythmic, and to develop a natural cadence, a natural rhythm that would suit the English language, would suit the rhyme of the English language, a new format emerged. What was this new format? The new format was the Shakespearean format. Here we need to look at the poem that we have studied, Sonnet 116. Then you will be able to understand what are the differences in structure. In the poem that we have studied, you will find that there are 3 quartets. What are these quartets? Quartets are a group of 4 lines. There are 3 quartets and a final couplet in Shakespearean sonnet. Let us look at the Sonnet 116 and see whether it is correct. Now, how do we identify the 4 rhyming quartets? Let us look at the poem. Look at the rhyming words at the end. We see the first line, the ending of the first line, minds. It rhymes with the third line, finds. And the second line, we have the word love that rhymes with remove. So we see that how these words are rhyming. That is our first quartet, that is a group of 4 lines. Now let us look at the 5th line of the poem, that is of the sonnet, which ends with mark, which again matches with the word bark, and shaken in the 6th line is matching with taken of the 8th line, right? So we see that this is the second quartet, group of 4 lines. Then we have the third quatrain, where we see cheeks matching with weeks or rhyming with weeks and come matching with doom. And at the end of the poem, we have a bold assertion, we have a couplet in the bold assertion where we have the rhyming words proved and loved. A couplet is the ending two lines that we have. So, this is the Shakespearean structure, and it has been adopted by Shakespeare mainly because it is easier to express one's thought naturally in this format, and one need not be extremely overwhelmed to find rhyming words because Italian has more rhyming words than English. So this was adopted, and because of this form, we see that the rhythm of the sonnet is natural. We can read through it, and the poet can express his thoughts in a better way. Now, another explanation can also be found why Shakespeare adopted this format. You will see that the poem is arranged, or the sonnet is arranged in such a manner that it has arguments one after the other. The first quartet talks about love that is unchanged by changing situations. The next quartet talks about it as a steadfast mark that shows the lovers the right path. The third quartet talks about the time and how love is unaltered by the passage of time. And the final couplet shows the volta, or a shift in thought, where the poet almost presents a sort of an epiphany, a kind of an assertion, and he makes the claim, almost like a revelation at the end of the poem. And we cannot forget that after all, Shakespeare was a celebrated playwright. So perhaps his instincts as a playwright was also at play. So we have arrived at the end of our exploration. If you have found this exploration helpful, do not forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel for more such interesting literary insights. Thank you for watching. I'll meet you all again in the next video.